Alright, so today we're going to be looking at a speed build of this saloon on a hill that I created. I decided to name it Tipsy McStumbles, because why would we not put a saloon on a hill? So right now, I did a lot of like terrain stuff off camera just to make sure I could even pull this off, because I'm not always the best builder in The Sims, but I have a fun time doing it. And so yeah, I just did some of the terrain stuff off camera. Used a lot of tool mod, as always, by Twisted Mexi, to place a lot of rocks. Because as you know, you can't just, it's not very intuitive as far as the terrain. And so that's why I have to use a mod in order to do that. So I really wanted to take a second though, first of all, before we really get into it, to really thank, I'm using a new microphone, and it is a Blue Yeti, and it was completely gifted to me by my good friend Jesse Belcher, and he has just been amazing through this entire process. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even know how to hook up Streamlabs, how to do any of this stuff, and then to gift me a microphone on top of it, I mean, it's absolutely bonkers, and I am so appreciative of you, Jesse. So thank you very much for everything. Very excited to have this microphone. But so here we finally got, for the most part, some of the terrain done. And looking on to the build, I definitely played around with things. I knew that I wanted a sort of like an overlooking, like a second floor loft kind of thing, rather than just a whole second floor, and getting the ladder placement and everything right with that kind of took me some time, but that's why it's a speed build. So again, just playing with columns. I knew I wanted to make a functional saloon door, which I did kind of, but unfortunately the door right there, it doesn't swing when your Sims walk into it. However, it is there. It does look like a saloon door. If there is a way to make it swing open, I did not figure it out. But it's just a gate. It's just a gate. So that's what I went with. Shutters, I hand placed all of them again for the most part using tool. There I go again with the gate. Clearly I didn't get it done the first time, but that's okay. It's all trial and error. That's the best part. Like, I had to do a lot of playing around with the rocks and terrain exactly where I wanted it. And that's the really cool thing too about The Sims, is that it is really frustrating, but it's a lot of trial and error, and it is so satisfying, you know, when you get it done and when you see the finished product. And I am super stoked on this build, actually. I think it's really nice. It reminds me a lot of like an old school saloon, and I don't know all the tips and tricks that everybody else does, but I'm getting there. I'm learning. So here's finally a roof that didn't take me an hour, so that's exciting. This whole build, I think whenever I put it into Premiere Pro to edit it down to 10 minutes, which is wild to me, I think it was 2.5 hours. And I did some stuff off camera that you'll notice, like right here, you can see there's some different rocks in there. That's because I was having issues finding debug or live edit for Horse Ranch specifically. I've had it pull up in Better Build By from Twisted Mexi before, but for some reason it wasn't working. I went and updated my mod and everything was fine, so I don't know why it wasn't working. So I had to use a little workaround to access the old school way of debug and live edit options, specifically from Horse Ranch, because I did want to use a lot of Horse Ranch in this pack. Apparently I didn't put enough lighting in there, so it's a little dark, so apologies for that on the inside. I definitely wanted to put a piano in there. That just reminded me of an old school saloon again. And but yeah, it is really wild to me that I can put a 2.5 hour video in Premiere Pro and speed it up so much. I believe this one's on 1500%, And I do notice that we are getting a little lag, but that's, I mean, it's still amazing to take a 2.5 hour video and cut it down to 10 minutes. That's crazy to me. That is wild. Maybe I'm just not as technologically savvy as a lot of people, but I do find that to be insane, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to use a lot of stuff from the Horse Ranch pack, and I did, and just make that kind of like upper area a nice seating area, while downstairs there's a dance floor and the bar and all that good stuff. Oof, yeah, I'm seeing where I think it may have been sped up a little bit too much, because we just got a bunch of just images right there, but that's okay. You still get the general idea, and I'll get better at editing and figuring out exactly how to speed up Premiere Pro where I want it. You know, I'll figure it out, because right now it's doing good. It's just that one moment that it kind of didn't look too hot, but that's okay. Again, and here I go with decorating. I think decorating is honestly, like, I like that just as much as building. Is a lot of fun to me. So I just also had some technical difficulties. That was funny. I didn't realize with this microphone, apparently if the mute button is flashing, that means it's muted, but if it's solid red, that means it's not muted. And so I just recorded the whole second half of me talking with the microphone muted. So, and that's okay. Like I said, I'll figure this kind of stuff out, but I am really excited to have this microphone. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love the midnight blue color. I'm a fan. So here I go with the tool mod. I try to make some of like the shutters just like off of the location. I thought it looked kind of cool, kind of run down, you know, for whatever reason. I also use the tool mod to put some cool decorations in the front of the saloon, I think. That was I thought it was a nice touch, and I'm glad I'm able to do that using this mod. We're just decorating inside and seeing how it looks at night. Should look pretty cozy, pretty, like I said, a saloon. I mean, everybody knows what it is. Just resizing a lot of stuff, and of course I'm gonna have rocking chairs on the front with a nice grill. The grill that came with Horse Ranch. As I said, I really try to use a lot of Horse Ranch, just because I really like the build by in Horse Ranch a lot. I think it's really great. I know that right here I'm doing the terrain paint, because that makes all the difference whenever it comes to realism, and I think it looks great. Got some stone pavers up there. Absolutely love these little details, and I put, you know, again, the dry grass from Horse Ranch and a lot of the trees from Horse Ranch, just thinking that it would look really nice with the rest of the neighborhood. And I believe this was on a 30 by 30 lot. I could be wrong. It could be 30 by 20. I don't remember exactly. But like, once I really I did feel a little pressed for space. I didn't mean to. And here we go again with the images being really choppy, because I guess I sped them up too much. But now I know, like, hey, watch how much you're speeding up your images or your videos, because this can happen. So, hey, now I know. Another thing with this speed build specifically too, I wanted to turn my webcam off and not use it, just because I feel like it's distracting, and I guess it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary for a speed build. Obviously all of this is pre-recorded, and I don't think you need to see my reactions. So I decided to go with just audio, and we'll see if I stick with it in the future. But so far, I'm feeling it. I'm liking it for a good old speed build Sunday. Again, I do want to come up with a good content schedule, but it is really hard because I have 2 days off of work a week, and so I have to use those to do almost all my filming, editing, and all that, because on my work days, I do like to concentrate on work and just kind of relax before and after. But we are nearing the shore here of this Saloon on a Hill Tipsy McStumbles speed build, and I'm a big fan. I really put a lot into this build, so I'm really happy with how it turned out. In just a few seconds, we'll see a big panorama of the whole thing and how it turned out. There we are. I'm not good at figuring out how to smooth the camera angle, but I'll get there. Well, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like the content, and remember to be curious and not judgmental. Bye.